good.
Yeah,
That's good.
thanks.
That's
like
quality.
Yeah, one more time.
It's so I know when we start. With all the spiking audio.
Yeah, like, what
me me smashing my bag of Cheeto Puffs onto the mic. Yeah.
Slay.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
If Pino, if you don't start soon, I'm gonna start up magic.
No, I'm just waiting for us to calm down.
That was rapid fire.
I'm starting up magic.
No, I'm starting right now. Ready? Welcome one and all. Damn. This is already ruined.
Start it again.
Welcome.
Start again.
Welcome.
Start again.
Welcome. I'm trying to start.
Well, he keeps saying welcome.
Because that's how I'm going to start.
Oh!
Keep all this in.
No, I'll never keep any of it in. No one will hear this. Except for me.
Yeah.
And maybe
You'll know
Pino.
because this is where you start listening.
Yeah, it's because I did my little tricks before.
You did a little magic. We do a little magic together here.
We do a little bit of magic together.
We gather a little magic. All right.
I'm shitting and pissing my parents. True.
He's Lupin his pants.
More like pooping deterred.
Poopin.
No one's ever said that before.
He's a nice man.
Welcome everybody to the first ever FAP Police Academy training.
I never saw that movie.
It's not a movie. It's real. And we have a real issue.
No,
so,
Police
Cadet,
Academy
I want you to sit your butt
a
down.
Movie.
Well,
okay.
Sit your butt down, Cadet.
Sorry.
We have a serious matter to discuss.
Okay.
My name is Inspector Pino. Let me just introduce the class. Over there, sitting in the far corner of the room, because I sent him over there. That's Cadet Chuck.
That's fucked up.
I mean, hey, you're the one who you couldn't keep your mouth shut.
Why'd you put the white guy in the corner, huh?
I put the tall guy in the corner because it makes me feel important.
Seems racially motivated to me.
I know it's racially motivated. I promise you that. I wish I was. What do you like? 11, 1, 11, 2?
Yeah.
Okay, I believe you. And over there, sitting underneath Cadet Chuck. Well, that's Cadet Garb.
He's much heavier than me. This is not sustainable.
Well, that you know what? You're part of the cause. You're
He's
part of the
crush
issue.
me.
Sorry.
No.
You know what? Ligma Shield's activated.
No.
It's too late.
Officer
Hi, guys.
Ligma.
Well, anyways, sit at your desk. We have to discuss something. The podcast has been robbed. It's been robbed. Okay,
Shit.
guys.
Oh no.
They stole all of our podcasting equipment, including the
all
margaritas. Yes, the margaritas.
The margaritas?
The margaritas, the tablecloths, and most importantly, all of our socks.
Not the socks.
How will my toesies stay warm?
Do you know who did it? Do you want to know the culprit who did
Who's
this?
the motherfucker? Who is he?
It was none other than Arsène Lupin III.
I can't believe it. This son of a piece of shit. I hate him.
He's the famous sock thief.
He's a famous.
He's gonna make sock puppets. He's gonna have so many. He's gonna have more sock puppets than hands.
You know what? And that's the real crime.
It's fucked up.
What if they called you Mr. Sock Puppet?
That's my new title.
Call me Lupin then.
It was him.
Well,
you weren't Officer Pino. You were.
I'm taking off my socks. I'm Lupin.
Ooh, the dogs! Whoa, whoa,
whoa. Put those grippers away.
Whoa, whoa.
All right. Thank you for our bad comedy intro routine. It's
no
not
problem.
It's not a Pino episode without something cringy at the start.
It wouldn't be a Pino.
Welcome back. Welcome back. It's been like 2 weeks?
A whole 2 weeks.
Whole 2 weeks since the last episode, right?
Whopping.
Yeah, guys, isn't it crazy? That's normally how we do it.
I'm not used to it.
Me neither. Truly.
But welcome back. This is the Funky Anime Podcast. If you like what you heard, or if you didn't, feel free to follow us on Twitter, our social medias at 3 A-Weebros. If you want some more content to listen to, you can find us on all the streaming places and on YouTube at 3 A-Weebros. And if you would like to support us further, then considering subbing to our Patreon at patreon.com/3AWeebros.
We promise we won't steal all your money.
Guys, only some of it.
Yeah, only some.
Well, also, it's not stealing because you're giving it to us.
Yeah.
So.
I don't, Garb, listening you're going back to Cadet Academy.
No!
Right now. Grammar school for you.
We've sent him back to the
Excellent.
academy. He faded away.
But as a reminder, joining the Patreon does give you access to the Discord where we talk manga, games, anime, and give our live reactions as we watch shows.
It's true. You do get a live Chuck reaction to everything we're watching.
And you
I
get
love a live Chuck reaction.
you get every
True.
time I screenshot someone cross-eyed in Lupin.
It's true.
good.
There's a lot.
It's excellent.
It's
It's a lot.
It's great.
Guys, what have you guys been up to? Let's break the ice. What do you guys up to, Chuck? What's new with you?
Not much, my man. I'm tired as hell. I'm not watching anything really. I've been watching Lupin and prepping for the next thing. I've been looking into buying a Laserdisc setup with Lupin.
Hey. we love lasers.
Well, because so hear me out.
I'm
So
listening. I'll put in my
first
glasses.
off, yeah, I know. I can't hear you have a towel on. But so I was doing some research before this episode because I'm a good little fella. And there's a specific Lupin release of the original pilot film, which was released in 1968.
Whoa.
And there was a re-release for it on Laserdisc.
Laserdisc specifically.
Laserdisc specifically.
Wow.
And after doing much research, and to be fair, I've wanted a Laserdisc player because I think it's funny.
It is
And I
pretty funny.
like big discs, and I like old
and I
media.
cannot lie.
I true. But so now I am bidding on certain Laserdisc players from Japan. So hopefully I can get Laserdisc from Japan.
Hopefully you win that bid during the episode because I would love.
I
you to just
won't.
Stop the.
It
I
ends
need
in-
you to stop the presses.
Okay. Well, I
And
can't
tell
stop
us.
I'll need to stop the presses in 12 hours. I'll stop the
Oh.
presses if someone outbids me. How about that?
That's okay. How about you?
Yeah.
Sure.
If,
that
someone
works with me.
if someone shafts me, I'll scream.
We
and
need
you'll
the
know.
suspense. No,
Yeah.
yeah,
Then
we'll
it
see.
could happen at any moment.
Then we'll be just like Zenigata. We'll be like Lupin.
Lupin.
We'll play Lupin.
It's true.
Garb,
but
what about you?
otherwise-
not
Okay,
a
wait a
whole
second.
I'm
lot.
sorry, Chuck. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm
This
sorry.
is fucked up. But yes,
That's
I've
crazy.
been-
You know what? Chuck can finish.
That's crazy. But yeah, I bought laser. Well, I haven't bought a bid on a Laserdisc player. And I thought I had something else to say, and I didn't.
yeah,
so
you know
I
what?
really-
Wow.
Ain't no way. Wow, that's
Wow.
crazy. Wow.
I
kinda
can't
fucked
believe
up.
this. Anyway, I had lasagna today.
Yo!
Yo,
that
we
was-
love Lasaga.
it's
It's a
true.
Monday.
It is. That's exactly why
You treated yourself.
I did.
Treated yourself right.
I did in honor of the cat. But
What a funny little cat.
not a whole lot else going on.
Yeah.
I watched some of the Nier anime. I don't-
Okay.
I think it's still going on, but I haven't finished
Probably.
it anyway.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it got delayed. But it's okay.
As many other-
It's okay. We may talk
That's
about
okay.
it another time. We'll see.
Hopefully.
At one
hopefully.
How about you, Pino?
Yeah, Pano, what the fuck are you up to?
Let's see.
We've been getting into magic. That's lore.
it's true.
That's
Look
new
at that.
lore.
getting into Magic.
That's
the
new
Gathering.
lore.
You sent us a link with a bunch of fun codes.
Yeah, I went to the local Play Store and I got Pokemon cards and Magic cards. So,
Yeah.
you know how it is.
Very nice. And then I to be in line with my friends, I said, you know what? I'm gonna get cards, but I got more One Piece cards for the card
Well, I
game
need
instead.
more One Piece. I need One Piece cards.
I've got your starter deck right here. Don't worry, buddy. I'm coming.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, that
He's doing
OP
what?
Oh, what? We do not
You're-
come. Biden block. Yeah, OP2 box set number 2 for the Paramount War came out. I'm just building deck building. I'm planning to play a blue deck, and if I decide to, maybe a blue-green deck. We'll see. But Magic has been helping me understand this card game, which is great. So I really appreciate the fact we did that.
Well, and I think you said you'd played Magic a long time ago, so you.
Yeah, I was back in my college days, so I remember enjoying how the game played.
You know,
But
30 years ago.
I had baby brain. I have baby brain.
Poor
My
guy.
memory's not so good, Captain.
Can't even do basic math. Low.
I can't even look at land cards.
Dude, he
hard.
doesn't know how to tap his land. He doesn't know how to tap his land for mana.
What the hell is tap? Like
I need a
water?
potion.
I don't know.
Man.
But yeah, I'm glad that we can just play it online because it just makes it easier to visualize how the game kind of flows if I ever decide to play in person. Which my local card shop does have Magic tournaments, so
Ours does too.
I might be interested in seeing.
Or Pino. You know what you could do? You could come to our card shop. They do One Piece every week.
Ooh, we like One Piece, but I'm too
Yeah.
scared because I'm actually awful at the game. I'll be honest.
No, that's fine. We can just play. Yeah, there's truly that is the biggest barrier to entry in card games is you will suck. You just will suck for a while.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Cuz that's just how it is. you know?
Especially if
How
you're
we learn.
building your own deck too.
Yeah, building your own deck, building your own collection, like you will just
And
simply
tweaking
be at a
the deck.
disadvantage. And
Like,
Well, that's
just
why-
I like it.
that's why you should play Pioneer if you're doing Magic. Pioneers
what
you
any
can
of
only
these
play
words
with
mean.
common cards.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's very
Interesting.
cheap. Yes.
Fascinating. But that
And-
I guess would that include like playing with the starter
What?
or no? Like the starter deck is also all commons, right? Or no?
Wait, for what?
For Magic, are we talking about Magic?
Yeah, I'm talking about Magic. But,
I'm talking about Magic.
Probably depends on the set.
Yeah, it depends. No, usually starter packs, you like starter decks and whatnot, usually have some legendaries in it. But
okay.
but for the reason of having Pioneers,
Powerful.
so it's an easy to get into because all common cards are usually very cheap in comparison to, the super expensive $100 cards, shit like that. You know how it is.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay, I gotcha. Well,
Anyway,
see.
that was Magic the Gathering with
That
the
was
Fucky Anime Podcast.
Magic the Gathering, Fappy the Gathering.
The magic has
Let me
been
not-
gathered, and now
Mm.
we can go
We
back.
must
to
release it.
Yeah, I never
That's
finished.
true, but that's cool. I mean, I interrupted Chuck. That's cool. Yeah. No.
We're going back to stealing. we got a quota to meet, so yeah, we'll go back to stealing. Guys, this week we watched Lupin the Third Part 1, not to be confused with Lupin the Third
The first.
because
Part
that
3.
that's a CG movie. No, don't, you're losing. Show Tenketsu.
Tenketsu
Man
show?
Man never learned Show Tenketsu.
10 shoketsu.
And that's a damn fact.
Hey, that's why I'm here, to lose a brain cell every time I remember.
And scream.
Yeah, we watched. Oh, I'm sorry. That was funny. But yeah, we watched Lupin the Third Part 1, otherwise known as the Classic Adventures, aka the Green Jacket Lupin. I guess we'll just start out right out the gate, guys. What is your experience with Lupin?
Jack shit. Didn't know
Jack
anything.
Incredibly little. I know the openings and I know the general vibe. I've always wanted to get into it, but like I don't think I've ever actually fully sat down and watched an episode before now. So I was fresh.
We really do have cadets. This is great. We got novices into the series.
What'd you call me?
But I'm sorry.
I'm not
I
a
know I
cadet
can't
anymore.
use-
You made me go
I
back
can't
to-
use big words that I don't know. I gotta buy a thesaurus or something.
You sent me back to academy. I'm not a cadet anymore.
No, a cat. You're a cat.
Oh,
Oh wow, that was really good.
dude, that was so true.
You got promoted.
You turned me into a cat. All right.
Well, you're a cat boy now.
Yeah.
POV, you are
No.
cat.
Meow.
you-
So yeah, you guys are pretty new to this. I'd say I'm pretty new to it as well, which is a lie. The only reason I'd say I'm new is because I started it maybe 2-ish years ago during the pandemic. I love Lupin. I'll just be honest. I watched the Castle of Cagliostro, which was the Hayao Miyazaki directed movie when it was on Netflix, when they had it there. And I specifically remember this memory. I was just watching the movie, and then like my folks were just like there as well, and they're just like, what are you watching? I'm like, oh, I'm just watching this animated movie. They typically like their their human movies, their action movies with their Jason Segels, and I don't know if that's the comedian Jason Statham.
What do you mean? No, Jason Segel's in movies.
No,
he was in How I Met Your
No, that's a
Mother.
bird. That's a seagull.
Seagull. But yeah, they
thinking
like
of.
their more IRL movies and stuff. But it surprised me. They both just sat down and they watched, and I was just like.
Lupin's that
Okay.
good, dude.
I said, "Okay, Skinwalkers, what did you do with my
Where's
mom
my
and dad? Where are my parents?" But no, I was surprised. But
Dude, where's my car?
yeah, where is my car? But I was surprised at the fact that I had never heard of Lupin at all. I know that Chuck briefly mentioned it ages ago, but like really, really briefly. But watching Castle Cagliostro, that was so fun. It's an older movie, but it was really fun. I watched it maybe 3 times afterwards with different groups of friends, and I was just like, I just can't get enough. Maybe I should just dive in to like Lupin.
Pino. Fun fact:
Yeah.
that movie was also the other piece of Lupin media that was released on Laserdisc.
Nice.
Oh, okay. Look at that. Looks like you have another side quest. No.
Ah!
Oh no!
That's-
An exclamation mark has appeared over Pino's head.
No!
No, a little green diamond showed up on my head, and now it's yellow.
Achoo-choo!
I need a Lupin.
No, but freaking those laser discs are not cheap.
Yeah. God,
It's okay though.
I love capitalism.
I hate capitalism.
I was being sarcastic.
He's
What'd you
being
call me?
semantic.
You heard me.
He's being
Okay.
pedantic.
Can we talk about this? Can we talk about
I
this
haven't
show
finished
now?
yet. I haven't finished it
Okay.
yet. So after Castle
You haven't
Cagliostro-
finished the movie?
No.
we're still-
No, I started part 4, which is a weird starting point. But I was like, let's
True.
start with something a little more recent.
That's where Star Wars started. You know?
That's true, and they didn't even know they were part 4.
Lupin
So
knew
I
the
started
whole
with part
time.
4. Yeah, I started with some friends, and then we went on to part 5. We stopped before part 6 aired. We watched a couple of the movies. I individually watched several episodes of part 1. Then we all watched the CGI movie or the CG movie, Lupin the First, Lupin the Third, the First.
There you go.
And then the kind of alternate kind of storyline with the woman called Fujiko Mine, and the subsequent 3 movies after, which was a different take on Lupin. So I've actively avoided part 1 because there was no dub. Yeah.
Oh, but
Yeah,
now
the
there
Specifically
dub is
because there
new.
was no
Yeah.
dub.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So once the dub came out, I was like, I can't wait to watch this dub. Watched the first episode, and I fell asleep. So I said, you know what? This is a good one to add to the list, just in case this is like the dark horse and like my adoration of Lupin and the series. So that's why it's on the list. But yeah, I've watched a couple of the movies, a lot of the shows, but I was always hesitant on this one. But I'm glad we watched it. Hopefully, we're gonna find out.
I did watch it. It's true.
Indeed.
Right. Let me get you some background before we jump into the all the other fun stuff. So, Lupin the Third, long-running series. The manga started in 1967, created by the man, the myth, the legend, known as Monkey Punch. Yes, that's his pen name, not really his real name. His name is Kazuhiko Kato, and the anime, or at least the first iteration of Lupin being animated was, I believe, 1969. If that's when the pilot film?
68.
68.
if I'm
68
not
was the pilot film, right?
mistaken. Yes.
Okay, yeah, and then the anime was 1969. Then.
Nice.
No, I thought
the anime was 71.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's
The
what
anime
I
was 71.
Yeah. Yeah,
So yeah,
come
part
on,
1 was
Bozo.
aired October 24th,
No,
1970.
I lied to everyone.
Chuck, why would you do that?
You're misinforming
it
the
was-
audience.
No, the original manga started in 67. The short film, the pilot film came out around 1969.
Nice.
But it
even
wasn't
know if we
released to
have
the
a
public
date.
until later, though. I
Yeah,
believe.
Because it was a pilot, I
Yeah.
think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was first broadcast in 1988.
Right, yeah. A little off the mark. Kind of like
Wow.
our episode 0 one day.
One day.
In 20
One
years.
Then they'll be
yes.
saying,
But thankfully, this part was good.
yeah, it was, strangely enough, every time I would just Google anything about part 1, I feel like the fan base or the communities would be like, oh yeah, this is like, oh, this is the weirdest, this is like the darkest Lupin, this is the most like raw Lupin, like don't let this be your first experience.
Don't
with Lupin.
let your kids watch this.
Essentially, yeah, and that's why I also avoided it, except for that first episode. But I will say it's something. Even when it aired, the public, like the audience, the Japanese audience, they didn't really like it. It had a really shaky reception.
Yeah, it
and
was
the only
canceled,
reason it actually,
right?
yeah, I mean, it was originally supposed to be 26 episodes, I believe, but they only
Yeah,
managed
and
to
then
do
they
23
canceled.
episodes.
Yeah, they
What the
canceled it.
fuck?
Yeah,
Mhm,
before
We were
all
robbed.
26 were done.
Lupin took those 3 episodes. He stole them.
Yeah,
They
essentially.
did.
Fucked up.
True.
No, it was Fujiko. It was Fujiko.
Fujiko.
It was Fujiko. But yeah, thanks to countless reruns that they had just over the years, it gained a following, and then demand for a new series was out there, and the rest is history. We got 5 additional parts, several movies, a couple video games, and just music that'll rock your socks off. It's honestly, it's impressive how long this series has run and how beloved it is,
Especially
in
after,
Japan.
like you said, that rocky start.
Yeah, I mean, originally the original director wanted it to be a more kind of like adult themed,
Yeah.
like anime series. But at the time, like, animation was kind of like geared towards kids, so he kind of had to pitch it as for kids, but still slipped in some of those elements that make Lupin not as appealing to most family friendly audiences.
Yeah. And I
course,
had
that's
mentioned in
The sexual harassment.
and I had
Yeah.
mentioned in the fact that there's just straight up titties in like the first
Yeah.
10 minutes
Yeah.
of the first episode.
They
But
straight up murder the entire audience.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
the
right?
first episode too, just
Yeah.
the entire stadium.
and I had mentioned that it was like a bootleg James Bond, and you'd mentioned Pino that was actually one of the inspirations, I think.
I don't.
I
remember.
mentioned it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think
That was me. That was from my research. How dare you? Don't
Yeah,
you
but,
dare.
You need a suave. You need a nice guy. Sometimes. So
Sometimes.
that's why he was. That's why he was there.
He
Nice,
gets
man.
angry.
That Lupin the Third.
Lupin the Third.
We're gonna keep saying that throughout
It's
the entire
it's
episode.
gonna
Be
happen. I'm
ready.
not sorry.
But yeah, 20
Lupin. He's a nice man.
sometimes.
He's angry.
I know that Lupin, that man.
True.
But yeah, 23 episodes. Most recent part was part 6 that aired in 2021. And then the most recent kind of like spin-off kind of prequel series was Lupin Zero, which I believe aired also last year, roughly, which was really nice. Part 1's dub also was only just released maybe about a year or two ago, which is impressive. The fact that
Yeah.
they went back and actually dubbed this. So like I was all for it because they kept the same dubbing cast, which we'll talk about when we get to the presentation. But yeah, you'll notice that there is it's something. I don't really know how to describe this series. Or like this part, but it's something. Yeah.
I haven't seen
But-
any other Lupin, so I can't
Yeah.
really say.
Which is
I
why
look forward to
I'm
it.
excited. I'm excited to hear mostly your guys' thoughts because like I have all these already like set like I guess it wouldn't be a preconceived notion, would it? Like it's just like something that I know is Lupin, and then having something that is technically
Lupin third.
more accurate Lupin, but like different. It's I think I'm still trying to process it.
But for the audience, so you know, in case you are diehard Lupin fans,
Mhm.
So But I'm looking forward to watching more Lupin. So
Oh yeah,
it's gonna happen.
absolutely. All right, let's go into that presentation. As we mentioned, this came out ages ago, and you're surprisingly, I think the animation in some aspects still holds up. Not
Absolutely.
all of it,
Yeah.
but like there's some instances where I'm just like, dang, like I know exactly who directed this episode. Like you can tell some of these were actually Hayao Miyazaki, which is hilarious to me.
That
But,
one.
what do you guys think?
The very same.
Well, because this is another silly fun fact that I have actually known for a long time about Lupin is that specifically Lupin was so we talked about how the director, the original director, actually
He was trying
wanted it
make
to be a bit more
adult.
darker. Yes, he was trying to make it more dark, things like that. His name was Masaki Ozumi. I want to give credit always.
Oh, yeah.
And basically he was doing it more like the source material, more like how Monkey Punch, kind of more gritty, more morally ambiguous, darker themes, etc., etc. But he was fired.
And that sucks because I was into that.
No, I did really like the pulpy aspects that they had in the and they still had some of that pulpy kind of action, but it was
kind of gets
really
more slapstick
deep.
in the
Yeah,
end,
it was-
which is good in its own right, but it's different. But
Yeah.
You
But-
could feel that when the series does start to change in that sense.
Yeah.
And it's very palpable. Like it's
Mhm.
like you guys I know pulpy is a term used for these types of shows, but it's just like orange juice. You can tell exactly when your orange juice is pulp free. Like
I
It's
love
true.
that.
100%.
Give me that pulp, baby.
Well, I wouldn't
No.
even say they lose all that pulp because pulp as in like the grittiness and
Yeah. The themes that they touch upon.
Yeah. And so it's still there in the later episodes. And by the way, the later half was directed by Miyazaki and Takahata, who
Hisao Takahata.
were the two creators of Studio Ghibli. So
Funny enough, I
you
didn't
both
I,
of them.
yes,
Yeah.
it
Oh,
was both
shit.
of them. They co-directed all their episodes.
That's a fucking powerhouse. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Tag team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's very interesting. This is a very important piece of anime history that probably no one thought of at the time would actually mean anything.
Yeah.
But
That's
truly
crazy.
giving them their steps forward to be able to.
Yeah, this is the birth of careers known around the world.
Yeah.
Even if you pull someone off the street who's never watched anime, they've probably watched a Ghibli film.
Yeah.
So
That's
I
true.
mean that's our entire shtick at the end of the season. We just watch a Ghibli film.
yeah, exactly. It's that well known and far reaching, and rightfully so.
Guys, what if we watched the Castle of
Pino and I were talking about
Cagliostro.
that.
as the Ghibli film?
My plan is working for Garb. You can pick it. I think we just got confirmation.
I
We
would
can pick it.
We'll allow
I
it?
would
allow
allow it because I think it's funny.
Let's
And-
go.
Well, because
mean,
it's
it's
literally
practically-
directed. He had a hand in the screenplay.
Was it both of them again? Was it Miyazaki?
No,
and,
I think it was just Miyazaki.
But
Well, that's
I'm
fine.
telling you.
Anyway, it looks.
Well,
You
consider.
can tell. It's honorary inclusion.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's well, you may see at the end of this season some. I think Lupin fans are gonna be pretty well fed this FAP
Wait.
season. So
Perhaps.
Wait.
Yeah. What's up?
Am I losing my mind?
Losing my mind.
but-
losing my sight.
with
Wish
what
somebody would
specifically?
tell me I'm fine.
Where's my
Okay,
mind?
I was making sure that freaking because in the castle of what's it called?
Cagliostro.
Cagliostro, the second English dub for it used David Hayter.
David,
Yeah,
David,
we were
just talking about
As
that.
Lupin.
Yeah.
You should listen to the hour that we just recorded.
No, I refuse.
We
Yeah.
had such good conversation.
Yeah. We also noticed it. That's so funny that you ended up on the same fucking trail we did.
This is awesome. This
That's
is
great.
already the best episode.
But yeah, David Hayter was the narrator for the trailer for
4K Ultra
the
HD
Castle
trailer.
movie,
Mhm.
and Pino and I were like, "That's Snake."
That's
then he taught me how to use Control F.
Yeah, and then I told Pino to
Do
control
you not
F
know?
on
Pino,
IMDb.
wait. Pino, have you never used the find function on any computer?
For the podcast reasons, let's say no. For IRL reasons, let's say yes.
Oh my god.
I have. I just like pretending I'm like
Okay,
this.
Pino, I was about to.
I
be
wanted
like
to sell
my-
the bit a little more, but you seem genuinely concerned for my
Well, I
well-being.
was genuinely concerned because I'm like, how could you go on like
So
functioning?
the way it went
reading.
down was that Pino I saw his cursor moving towards the closed tab. And I was like, Pino, control F! And the Hay. Oh, there he is.
What a nightmare.
I'm telling you that you have an hour of just you'll be missing out if you don't listen back.
Well, no, I'm
It's
not
so
because
much
we're
time.
covering. It's because we're already covering our tracks again. So like,
Yes.
who needs
You're
it?
filled,
If I'm
you're
just
filled
gonna-
in.
I'm filling it in
you just
because I'm gonna
needed
see
the-
all these things and
Still
bring it
kinda
up.
funny, though.
You just need to watch Juan Carlos now, and you'll be
Funny-
all caught up.
Yeah.
But
It's true.
anyway,
that we need to wait another 30 minutes before I watch that.
Awful.
Okay,
man.
sorry,
where
but
were we?
but yeah, it's interesting
Miyazaki.
history piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can even
Also,
tell
it's-
even the art is different between
Yeah.
them. Like,
Oh, well,
it's-
but that's-
it's hilarious.
But also like that's how it was.
Yeah, even
you know?
in Dragon Ball Z, you can tell who animated, who directed a specific episodes based on like how angular Goku's chin was.
I mean, but also like
It's just how it went. like you said.
even nowadays with like
True.
Toei, I watch One Piece sometimes and I'm like, oh, I know who did that.
Some people have a lot. But some people have big tells is the thing. Especially that one guy that just makes scenes goated and rubbery and just. Oh,
It's true.
So slimy.
You mean the guy who I've been following for years, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm working on One Piece now," and I was like, "Holy shit!"
well, in like
I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but he's a really good animator.
the
But continue.
Netflix Castlevania animator. You can usually tell some of that stuff.
Yeah.
I can't
man.
catch his name right now, but yeah.
Don't say Castlevania. I'm gonna go watch it again. I swear to God.
Yeah, dude.
But
We better get talking back about Lupin again.
you know that Castlevania isn't really an anime.
But
you
if you
know what?
don't shut your trap with those bad opinions, I'll kick your ass into next week.
Oh, come on, Jigen. Let me have a little bit of fun.
You have trash taste and you know it.
3 frames
Oh,
of
come
animation only
on.
run for 3 frames.
Yeah. No, but I love how old anime look. I think it's so funny. I think it's so good, but also like it's super fucking impressive. You know? Like
There's some smooth
They-
ass cuts here.
I mean like quite literally. 1 second. I wanted to make sure that literally this was produced 2 years after man first set foot on the fucking moon.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's how old this is. People forget that, like, moon was recent.
The moon is real?
The moon
Yeah, dude.
was recent.
Well, like, you know,
Yeah, I mean,
it
like,
was recent.
Yeah, in the grand scale of things, it's pretty
Yeah,
recent.
but, like, also, like, just think about, like, the technology that they had at the time. Like, literally, this was all hand-painted.
Yeah.
Everything was done.
Computers
Like,
were
to
the
save-
size of a fucking refrigerator.
Literally. Well, that's the thing. Apollo 11, like, I assume most people listening to this, English-speaking audience, predominantly American, have seen the pictures of those fucking computers that were used in Apollo 11. Like,
Beep.
that was used for, like, basic math
Yeah.
and, like, calculations. So,
You
like,
tell me a calculator flew me to the moon?
it's true. Your
Wow.
phone could fly you to the moon right now.
Oh yeah, let's look it up on YouTube and Evangelion soundtrack.
God damn it! I was gonna squeeze it in. You got it.
No, but yeah, like, I still think it looks very good, especially
No, yeah.
when there are very key scenes that, like, you can tell that, like, Miyazaki was like, oh yeah, I'm a punch this up. But, like,
Especially
it's
the
coming together.
second half. Oh yeah.
yeah, no, it's super good. Well, because they literally, the episodes that that Miyazaki and Takahata directed were 7, 8, 10, 11, and then the last 11 episodes from 13 to 23. So, like,
Yeah.
You can tell. Like,
Mhm.
there's a definite shift, and we'll talk about this more when we get into the plot and whatnot, but, like, the slapstick is so good, dude. It's incredible how, like, nice it is. Especially, my biggest example was Zenigata on the airplane, when he's stuck on the airplane flying to Europe. And he's trying to climb up to stop this plane, but like the plane is climbing, so he's like falling backwards and smashing his skull. It's great. I really do think like there is some phenomenal character animation in this show, and
yeah.
from the little you've told me, Pino, I feel like it's a real disservice that people don't watch this when they watch Lupin.
Yeah, I feel like it deserves to be watched.
Yeah.
It's part of the history, and it's good to just see what was and what it became. Like,
Yeah.
it's enlightening.
Well, because it's also like Lupin is such a long running like franchise at this point. Like, it's a disservice to not see where the roots came from. And like, to be fair, I almost watched the pilot episode, but I ran out of time. Or the pilot movie, which, to be fair, it's only 13 minutes long, and it's not super bad. But regardless, like, there's still a lot to come back to. It's flabbergasting me a little bit that I'm like, oh, really? Like, people aren't like fans of this? Like, yes, there's a lot of sexual harassment. There's a lot of misogyny. But like, at least in the dub, they try and tone it down a little bit, and then obviously later on into that second half of the series, there's a lot less of that because, as you know, man was fired for making it too.
They pivoted.
Yeah, pivot. So I think overall, you should check it out. You should, if you're,
You know what else you should check out though?
Yeah.
What should I check out?
The music. The music.
Oh my god.
Takeo Yamashita.
Lupin.
Honestly,
Goated.
I will say, the first time I watched it and the subsequent times that I said, you know what, let me listen to the soundtrack. It took me a while to get into it, just because it was vastly different from what I originally heard with, every other part before.
It's true. All the other Lupins do sound very different. So
the other Lupins, their soundtrack was made by Yuji Ono,
who is
goated.
Bass.
He is
who is
absolutely
bass.
goated. This man can make you listen to the Lupin theme in many different ways without feeling tired. Quite literally, in 2021, on Spotify, he was my most listened to artist, and I only listened to him for 2 months, which is crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
But this time, the first iteration, we had Takeo Yamashita, and while it isn't as in your face as Yuji Ono, it's still, now that I've watched it and now that we've kind of just even brought it up during the podcast, it's just like, it's good. Like, it's different, but it's good.
Well, that's it. I think we're going to continue to come back to this, but like, it is a different vibe than future Lupin parts, and I feel like you need to come into this without those preconceived notions, because I don't know, man. I love this soundtrack. I think it is so unique and interesting, and it's not really, because even when you like look up the music, which, by the way, rest in peace. First off, rest in peace, Takeo Yamashita. He passed away in 2006, I think. But
Monkey Punch also passed away, by the way.
Monkey Punch did pass
2019,
away,
I believe, or something.
Yeah. But like, this anime is so old that they don't have like the original music masters and like tapes.
Yeah.
And all they have are the music and what is it? Music
the mix from the show, right?
Well,
probably
it's
a rips,
music.
I would assume.
It's called the ME tracks, music and effects.
Ah.
So when you listen to it on Spotify and any really places that you can listen to it, it will probably be some of these ME tracks, which is a shame. But like,
Yeah, that it wasn't preserved. It sucks.
yeah, I mean, and we can get
Technology
into
at the time.
I mean, literally, that's why I own so many old game consoles and old pieces of media, because I think collecting is still cool. And I
absolutely.
feel like even if you're not you know, even if you're not like actively preserving, like, oh, I'm gonna buy every piece of Lupin media and back it up, like, still having it in like a collection and being able to be like, oh yeah, I can rip this online if I need to, and things like that I really appreciate. So
Right.
and it always makes me very sad because things like this is like I don't know what I would give to hear like the original masters of these songs,
Yeah.
because like I think that would be such a cool thing to listen to. But regardless, beyond all the technical shit, it's a great soundtrack. I think it fits the vibes perfectly. It has that pulpiness, and I think that's the one thing that I feel like if the music was not as good as it was, I feel like the shift between the two sets of directors would have been much harsher.
Yeah,
But I feel
it kind
like-
of worked for both directions.
Yes.
So they got
Absolutely.
really lucky there, but
Yeah,
maybe
no.
that was not so much luck, but somewhat
Just goated
intentional,
music.
but yeah, absolutely. And they hired the right man.
Yeah, right. But I really love it. They say Lupin a lot. They say
They
the
love saying Lupin. They love
They
talking
say-
about Lupin.
they like talking
He's a
about
nice man.
water.
They like
They
talking
like
about
saying he's a nice man.
sometimes though, only sometimes.
Sometimes he gets angry.
Oh, that Lupin, that guy.
But it's great. I love it.
He's a great guy.
Something that I appreciate, especially with some older series, including this one, is the limited use of music. Because there are many moments in the series where it was just them talking, no music in the background, and I
and
I
would
appreciate
notice-
that.
Yeah, and they every now and again, when like the episode where they were in the train, you could tell they cut out some of the sound effects so you could hear the characters better, and it's kind of nice. A lot of shows you still have all that going on, but it's kind of nice that they just simplified it. But
I think it just like Chuck said, it lends to like the type of show it was trying to
No,
be.
exactly. Oh yeah, go for it.
you could also tell there were a few moments where there wasn't even dialogue. There was one interaction near the end where Lupin said something, and Fujiko just looked at him for a second. Didn't say anything, but that look said 1,000 words. It's fucking great. And it's
great.
just those little touches that really add up and make it something.
Yeah, no, I like. Yes, it was probably a function of it being, a show with a limited budget made in a time where, you can't just have digital music and just throw it in a timeline,
Yeah.
and once it's the same thing. It is the restrictions that create create the creativity that is in the show. And so like having no music sometimes like really does work. And I feel like this is okay. Sorry, this is another sidetrack, but this is actually with a point. So when directors usually get started out, back in the day, you would have to get a film camera with actual film to record. So like something, for example, let's say the Evil Dead. With Evil Dead was shot completely, I think, on one camera, completely on film, and because of that, there's such a restriction to it. Because you only have a limited amount of film, you only have one camera, so it like breeds creativity based on these restrictions. And I feel like the same thing has happened with Lupin, with this one specifically. It's because, this was back in the day where you needed to have physical tracks for all of the music. You needed to do all these different things
Feed
and
it in and do all this shit.
yeah, and so it made it so that while yes, there's not music all the time. Yes, there might be some silliness and silence, but like I feel like it helped create the atmosphere of Lupin. And I feel like without this, and this is why I want to tell people to watch this, even though I haven't seen any other Lupin property, I feel like this is really like important to watch because it is something that was created at a time that it needed to be a certain way, just based on how it was. and this created Lupin. Like, yes, there was the manga. Yes, there was everything like that, but like, it is a whole different beast.
It may not be the best one
anime
to start with because of the pivot, and you kind of have to have some context already to understand that, but it's worthwhile. It's worth watching.
Dear anyone listening now who have not watched any Lupin, you can start with this one. You now know all the lore.
It's true. You have the context. I've
taught you the context, and now you can go on your way and become a Lupin fanatic, which I will.
Oh, sorry, I got carried away.
But yeah, sorry that I've been talking. I knew that this would happen, but I really do appreciate the way that this has been constructed, and the soundtrack specifically, phenomenal. I wish I could go in a time machine and get all the original masters. Media preservation.
Girls with time machines, boy with time machine, Chuck with time machine.
Bro, I don't think you understand how much lost media like I would retrieve. Like
you just sneak in. You would sneak in like Lupin.
I would literally
into the studio.
Oh my god! You know what?
Oh no, this toilet is no good, and flood the entire.
But yeah, I don't know. Remember, everyone. It doesn't matter if you don't think it's going to be important. Save your work, preserve it. It doesn't matter. One day it could be very important, and you don't know it. So
it's true.
Do creative works and save it. Be proud of what you're doing, and continue to make works and save it. Save it.
Do yourself.
Anyway, that's my PSA to watch Lupin and save your media in multiple places.
You know what else we gotta watch though?
What do we gotta watch?
We gotta watch those openings. You guys ready?
I'm gonna nut and shit in my pants.
So, as a little fun fact, Discotech released this on released a dub, and then the dub was aired on H-Dive, one of the streaming services, or High Dive rather, on one of their streaming services. They were only able to obtain one of the endings, or they only aired one of the openings. Sorry, I believe Crunchyroll still has the subs with some of the other endings because I did watch some of the subs on Crunchyroll. But we're going to talk about all the OPs just in case you guys aren't familiar with them, just to give yourself some of that knowledge. So you guys ready?
Yeah.
All right. So we have 3 openings. The first one is called Lupin Sensei 1, quite literally Lupin Sensei 1, by Charlie Kosei. And those were scattered between some of the episodes. According to the onlines, I see it was between episode 1, 2, 3, and 9. This one is very good. It's very
and because this was the one that we all saw because we all watched a dub, I assume.
Yes,
for the most part. Or how much did you? Oh well,
I know that I watched the majority of the dub minus 2 episodes.
I started with the sub and ended with the sub, but in the middle, I watched a lot of the dub.
I watched all dub because I knew that it was a new dub, and I knew that it was the same actors that have done the rest of the majority of
part 2,
Lupin.
Part 4, 5, 6 movies. Yeah.
What about part 3?
Oh, unfortunately, it's the only one that has been dubbed.
I'm waiting.
We're all waiting. They haven't finished. They technically haven't finished part 2's dub, so that's why I'm a little.
Okay.
We're stuck on there. Yeah.
It'll be fine. I trust them. If they could dub 1, like it'll be fine. Yeah. if they dub, we'll make it. It's fine. But oh man, I guess the other thing I think that's really funny, ironically, is that because this opening was the one that I watched the entire time, it still kept it very consistent with the theme from the original, like from the start, because it's all very gritty.
Mm-hmm.
And what a banger though!
It's so. I will be honest. When I first watched this, again, like I feel like it's every time I watch something, it's either I don't like it or it's late at night that I'm just grumpy about watching things late at night. I did not vibe with this originally, and then watching it again and again and listening to it, I caught myself just singing it. It's stupid. It's funny, but it's great.
It gets lodged in your brain, dude.
Yeah. I mean,
And it's
once
it's
again,
a lot of it's like a lot of motion, action scenes, and
Yeah.
then with like pauses in between, and then a nice
Yeah.
little color change, which is nice. I like it.
Once
Great.
again, Takeo Yamashita, God bless your soul, my man.
Yeah,
You did based work.
It's true.
I will
It's
say
great though. Oh,
there's one section I don't like, and it's where
which one?
Fujiko's like dancing, and you get the whole
oh,
little
in front
seizure
of
thing
in
going
front
on.
of the nipple. Yeah.
Yeah, in front of everything, and I'm just like, my eyes just can't do that anymore. Like
Well, how
get
close
dizzy.
are you to your freaking screen, my
I'm
man?
kissing it. I'm Frenching it.
His eyeball is on the titty.
I'm looking respectfully.
He's got his eye on the prize.
No,
He-
but
it's
it's
true.
still very jarring to watch. I don't know. I don't like that specific portion where it's just flashing. I don't like it. It just makes
I don't
my
know.
eyes go,
I grew
"Ow."
used to it. I was like, this was them saving money on either doing a solid color background or wanted to do something a little bit more interesting. And I'm like, you
made
know
my
what? I'll let him do it.
My brain go ouchie.
And simply get a stronger brain, idiot.
Maybe. I totally downhill from here, guys. Aging. But yeah, this was a good one. I'm gonna say it. It's stanky. It's stinky, but it's a good stink.
It's a different stink than what we talk about.
It's aged.
There's yes, I would say this is aged, and it doesn't. It's like fine wine, you know, or like cheese.
An acquired taste.
No. Okay, so this I would say is like wine, and then I would say something like let's say initial D. That was like cheese. Lupin gets great with age, and like wine gets great with age. Cheese gets great with age, but the wine kind of like while it has a scent and a smell, it's not like super pungent.
Right. It's not slapping you in
But
the
the
face.
cheese, oh,
What that
that'd
cheese
be a
do?
stanky cheese.
You could tell where that cheese came from. The 90s.
That's true.
Okay, I never noticed this part in the opening, but there's just a picture of a real lady in the background.
Yeah,
Is
no,
that
that's
what you were talking
that's what
we're
I was
talking
talking
about.
about. Yeah,
That- yeah,
did you
that's where
never
she flashes.
notice that?
That's weird.
It scares me. I don't know. It wasn't the flashing. I was just scared of real women.
He was scared of the bowl of fruit that they showed at
Yes!
the end, and he's like, vitamin C.
I like vegetables. Give me the vegetables.
Yeah.
Oh my god. But yeah.
Wow.
Are you ready for the second opening?
Yeah.
Second opening is called Afro Lupin 68, and it's also again by Charlie Kosei, episodes 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, 10, and 15. This one has some narration over it, but I do like this song better than the first one. I won't lie. Because they go, ba, 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 da, da. I don't know. It's a personal taste of mine.
I don't know. Also, fun fact about this opening, they actually used some scenes from the pilot film. So that's why Fujiko, for example, looks very dumpy. And that's why there's a scene of Lupin in his red jacket. That is from the
And his
pilot
head
film.
looks more like a banana.
Yeah.
It's very banana.
It looks
Kind of gordy.
I would yeah, that's
Looking
what I was saying.
dorky,
I was
my
like,
man.
he looks like a squash, maybe, you know, like a
Louis the
long
Third.
squash.
Yeah.
I don't know. He also has pointed ears, so he kind of looks like Spock in a screen. so I'm like, I don't know what to believe anymore.
Spookin' the Third.
What'd you call me?
But yeah, it's
I think there's the fruit again.
there's the. I'm scared again. Please come on.
Yeah, there's
Somebody-
the woman in fruit.
woman in fruit.
in this one, too.
Again.
Yeah,
There-
there's red jacket, and then it cuts immediately
Yeah.
to him in the green jacket.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's
They had to cut a lot of
interesting.
costs. They cut a lot of costs.
I
during
mean, that's
production.
Well,
just don't let that. If they did at that point, that hadn't ever aired, so it would be a waste not to use it.
It's true.
Opinion.
It's absolutely true. I'm not.
Yeah.
Once again, in probably any of these shows up to mid 80s, probably, I'll give them a pass for reusing animation
Yeah.
because it's so fucking expensive to hand draw things.
Yeah, it's rough
So,
out
like,
there.
I'm not, especially with this. This was released in 1971.
Yeah.
My parents were like children. Like, this is, come on, guys, come on.
Come on.
Anyway, Lupin
Opening
the
3,
second opening. Okay.
Opening 3.
Oh
So
my
opening
gosh.
3 is probably my favorite.
It's so good.
Opening 3. Let me just make sure I get this right because I will mess up the opening name because I wrote it 3 different times. I don't know why I wrote it 3 different times. Lupin the Third theme song number 3, and it's quite literally them saying "Lupin, Lupin, Lupin, Lupin" with scenes from the anime spliced in between,
And some Spanish thrown in.
and some Spanish. Yes, I love it. It's fun. It's silly. It's fun, and it's just you can tell that this is where they're like, oh yeah, let's change the direction real quick. Let's make sure they know this is for kids now or like family.
Well, because also like they're like, okay, we're still gonna reuse some of this animation, but also like we're going to put a bigger focus on the other 3 members.
Mm-hmm.
And like, while I still like the first one better because it's more unique animation, and I don't know, the vibes I've just grown to love. But oh man, they do be dancing and they do be flashing lights.
They do
at
be
me,
dancing.
so.
I like when
there's
Lupin
fewer stills in this one.
But but also the stills were stylistic, and especially the first one. Second one, take it or leave it. They took the animation cell and slapped it on top of a color.
Yeah.
But like the other one was like drawn pictures,
Mm-hmm.
Oh no!
Well, aside from the real lady and the fruit. But.
Well, yeah, but that's a picture.
Yeah,
but that's a photografia,
That's the only reason I like this one. There's no lady and there's no fruit.
There's no fruit.
I do like the song.
Fruit.
I do like the song, but I think I like the first opening better. Still,
I don't know about you. Me and Garb are just gonna keep singing for like the next.
No, I'm not saying. No, the song is very good. I really like the song, but I don't think it's as good as the first opening.
I just like rolling my R's. It's fun.
It's fun. It's very fun. I like when he tackles the searchlight. I don't know why. It makes me laugh. He's like,
that was in the anime.
I know, but it made me laugh in the anime. It makes me laugh in the opening.
Because he just throws it. Because I think it's funny because it looks like he has no weight towards it, and like he punches it, but like when you like watch it quickly, it looks like he runs head first into it, and it just kind of flies away.
He's a funny guy. Sometimes,
but also like. Here, I'm taking a snip to show my good friends how silly it is. It's true, Lupin is the funniest character we ever had.
Yeah.
But like, come on. How can you not love this frame of animation?
Just with his socks.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, he did
because he loves his shoes.
Socks. What the hell?
Yeah, remember?
He needed it, yeah. That wasn't the Mint episode, was it? That was a different episode.
No, this was the one where there was the bust. It was the bust one.
Yeah, they had to go underneath the house, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good times.
Lupin.
All right, let's go over the ED. Only one ending through and through.
Oh, but it's a good one.
It's a banger.
It's very nice. It's Lupin the Third theme song number 2, and it's a vibe. Honestly, it's just a scene of them on a somebody on a motorcycle and just driving a motorcycle in the sunset.
That looks like the lady. Mine.
Looks like the lady.
Fujiko.
There's a lot of ladies.
True.
Just
That is true.
But yeah, it's fun. I like it. The song is great.
This song was when I realized Lupin is very strange because it felt like it had switched so many genres in that first episode. It was a racing anime, and then I was like, did he trick me into watching another racing anime after Initial D? And then it was like a detective show, which was more kind of what I expected. And then it hits me with this fucking Western-ass ending.
Yeah.
And then the second episode hits you with the fucking...
The magic guy.
And then the witch. And then I was like, so it's a supernatural show. And this...
No.
This ending kind of helped me set my expectation of, wow, this is just going to bounce all over the place. And it's going to be great.
It's chaotic.
Yeah.
It's, you know what? It's Lupin. That's just it. It's Lupin.
Yeah.
Yep. I've got no qualms with this. Song's great.
Yeah, it's good.
Very simple.
I love the colors.
Gets job done.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets that dim remember.
And I like how there's just subtle movements. You can see her get a little bit closer to the screen and then a little further away for a moment. And then it kind of evens out. It's nice. And yeah, great color palette. That's a great pink. Pink and yellow
Absolutely.
up there. Looks
I
good.
love that. Pink Cloud Summer.
Ah.
I love that. Summer's upon us. Just kidding, it's spring. I'm sorry for lying to everybody.
You lied to me.
It's all right. You lied. I gotta lie. Garb, you have to lie at some point in this episode.
What did I lie?
Lied about the facts that we gave.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's I didn't mean to remind. I know you try to put that in the back of your mind. It's don't worry. I'll steal your
Repressive.
memory. I'll steal your memory, bro. Don't worry.
Okay.
It's been stolen, right?
Yeah,
it's a little-
what?
There we go.
He deleted it.
What's
It's gone.
happening?
Boop.
What
wish I
happened?
could
Well,
do
you're on
that
the
in real life.
you're on the podcast.
Oh, I am? Oh, good. What are we talking about?
We're talking about pooping the turd.
Poop on, poop on, poop on.
Poop on.
That's a good joke. I like that one.
Thanks. Glad
Keep
you
doing
liked
that one.
it.
Guys, are you ready for the extra long, hour-long movie plot synopsis?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Awesome. So this plot synopsis. Unlike a lot of shows nowadays where you have like one kind of continuous story going through and through, Lupin the Third part one is very episodic. It's very rare that an episode ties into each other, and if they do, it's because some events just bring in new characters that you've already met at one point.
Yeah, there's some slight status quo changes, but not nothing too crazy.
So I'll give you guys a nice little introduction to the series, and then we'll see how the plot synopsis go on from here. So Lupin the Third, he is the grandson of the great Arsène Lupin, the greatest thief out there. He is he's a nice guy.
He's
a
a
nice
funny
man.
guy.
He's a
He's a
funny
groovy
man.
guy.
He and his partner.
And he gets angry.
He gets angry sometimes. Yeah. Oh yeah. That Lupin.
That Lupin.
I'm always gonna jump in the third. But yeah, he is a masterclass thief. He has I don't know if you guys were able to catch this, but he has an organization, the Lupin Gang, which helps him in his shenanigans, despite us only ever seeing like a couple of them. Mostly it's just Jigen, the funny little guy with the funny little hat and the funny little beard, and his nice little gun, palling around with Lupin, doing all sorts of violent acts of thievery. In the first episode, we go ahead and we face off against a guy named, I believe his name is Mr. X, which is funny because he returns. He's from the manga and he returns in like other future series, which is bonkers that I didn't think that this man who looked like that was a continuing character. I just thought he was a one-off. But they lured him into a race for some reason. I honestly can't remember for the life of me. But he's in a race, just like Garb said. It's Initial D. And, they're partnered with Fujiko. He's trying to save Fujiko from the hands of Mr. X. Doesn't really go well because there's a tickle machine, and I felt really uncomfortable watching that tickle machine scene. I was just like, well, I understand tickle torture is something, but I still don't like it. Like I don't think I'd like to be tickled. That's
I'm gonna put you in the tickle machine.
No, don't.
I'm exiling you into the tickle machine.
You are not allowed to do that. I will steal the tickling machine.
No, he's powered it down. The facility.
Always on their tail is Inspector Zenigata. Koichi Senigata, I believe is his name. He's always on the tail of Lupin. He essentially he knows Lupin like the back of his hand. The only thing he doesn't know is how to catch him, which I think is the funniest thing in the world. I just think
it's great.
Their relationship is. I
mean, it's the cat and mouse. You know,
it's the Tom and Jerry. it's the pepperoni to the pizza.
It's
I love how he's so aware of it too. He's like, it's my destiny.
He's like, catch him. He's like, Lupin's not gonna fall for this crap, and then he doesn't. And I'm like, and he's like, see, I'm like, I love you, Zenigata. You're my favorite little man.
We love Pops. Of course, he does always get outsmarted by Lupin. In the race, they were able to switch out the cars successfully. Lupin was able to switch places between Jigen so that he can continue racing in that race. In order for him to disguise himself as a plumber, clog a toilet, and drown the entire facility where Mr. X and Fujiko were at. Mm-hmm. It made me giggle, made me go he, and then we realized Fujiko's kind of she's a turncoat. She's just kind of in it for herself. She is the love interest of Lupin. Lupin,
One of many.
one of
But
many.
the
Lupin
main
is a man
squeeze.
for women. He loves women, but he absolutely adores Fujiko Mine. And she will absolutely steal anything that Lupin has for her own gain.
I'm sure Lupin just admires the fact that there's someone else as skilled as him.
Yeah.
And there's even times where he's like, I know you're probably running your own con too, so I'm just going to let you do your thing. And I'm going to do mine.
I will say I prefer Fujiko in other parts. Just because there's more focus on Fujiko.
Yeah, Fujiko very much is okay, goodbye, boys.
Yeah,
Thanks
she's
for
like,
getting me my crystal. And
I
then she
got
leaves.
your nose, Lupin. Haha. Want it back? Haha. Too bad.
Okay, Fujiko. Let's work together.
Yeah, very, very just like one-dimensional. Even when she had a little bit of a moment in future episodes where we learned a bit about her past, I don't think... I think the main focus was really on Lupin, like himself, and the acts surrounding him.
Once again, I'd love to only have positive things to say about this, but this oh god, this was made in 1971.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see what society's opinions on portraying women in media were at the time.
Absolutely.
And this is no exception. So it is very much a shame. I really wish, because Fujiko is an interesting character. I really like her as a character, but she gets so little to work with. It's just a shame, really.
It's very rough. But she's still cool when she does her action stuff.
Yeah, no, it's no diss to when she's cool and whatnot, but I wish there was more of a glare on her and not just being, Lupin, you can't sexually harass me.
Yeah, I can't just be the item of your sexual harassment. It's not kosher. It's not good.
It's not kosher.
It's not kosher. But yeah, Lupin manages to switch back with Jigen after he rescues Fujiko. Fujiko goes ahead and betrays Jigen by bonking him on the head, which made me laugh. Lupin ends up winning the race. But wait, there is Zenigata saying, "I got you now, Lupin." And he's like, "No, Zenigata, I got you," and then blows up the entire audience and the entire field. And that's the end of that episode.
It's true.
The subsequent episodes, they do have one-offs. I do want to open the floor in case you have specific episodes you want to talk about, but I will be jumping to just more pertinent stuff. I know you, Garb, were bringing up the one psychedelic, like the one magical witch girl with the perfume, or not the perfume, but with the flower.
Oh yeah, the flower lady.
That was something I didn't even expect myself. There was a scientist, and you must kill my daughter. It was very.
then he starts blasting her from the fucking air, like the helicopter.
Sorry,
I don't want you to go out. And so he starts capping him from a mile away with a pistol. Like,
karma kind of bit him in the butt. He gets shot in the heart directly. He's like, oh,
fuck that guy.
It was honestly funny to me.
It was very funny. It was so good, but like also,
it was cheesy.
Man.
I'll be honest.
It was so
it was
dumb.
Very cheesy. Oh my gosh. But after a couple like shenaniganry, they do encounter a samurai by the name of Goemon Ishikawa the 13th, who was hired to essentially eliminate Lupin. Essentially, they were enemies in a sense. But after a few encounters, after being tricked by Fujiko, who tricked both of the boys, thinking that oh, I love Lupin, no, I love Goemon, and they were just. They were just fed some lies, but
I'll take it at Mickey D's.
They eventually went to Mickey D's. He sliced his car. They all had a nice little gaffe, a little laugh, and they became friends.
When did we first meet Goemon? Do you know what episode that is?
I want to say it was episode 6, but I'm gonna go ahead and open the episode list because I had it open. And
it was pretty early on.
It was really early.
It was definitely early.
But, I feel like it was like 4.
Episode 5.
Episode 5. The Coming of Goemon. Yeah.
I see. Yeah,
And
I was just like, it's just such a good gag of him slicing the car in half.
it's hilarious. And I like their dynamic because they're like, other than, unlike Jigen and Lupin, who are, you can tell they're best buds. They're just,
Yeah.
they would have a cold one with each other. Goemon, the more serious type, and Lupin, the more kind of funny guy, kind of more open to do bad things type of guy. Like,
He's high
I think it
charisma.
works great. High charisma. That high charisma stat is off the charts. But yeah, I like that little contrast. And something I do enjoy about this is that not every character is going to be featured in every episode. Like, you'll always have your Lupin, but sometimes you won't even have your Jigens. You won't have your Fujikos.
Goemon sometimes there.
He's sometimes there, and even Zenigata. Sometimes he's just like at the end of the episode chasing him. I kind of like that. It's not like a forced kind of feeling. It's more like it's Lupin just doing Lupin.
Lupin the Third.
Lupin the Third.
But yeah, every episode kind of goes into the same kind of structure. Inciting incident, something to steal, something to recover. Lupin doing his Lupin things, and either Lupin gets away with it, or he ends up just like not even obtaining it. I believe there was that one episode with the cards, where they were trying to steal like a magical deck of cards, fortune telling cards, and they did everything. They did everything to try to get free. They even like freed themselves with a funny with a funny hang gliding kite escape tied to the back of the truck, and then the cards were like, "Goodbye, I'll see you later."
Those are actually the Clo cards.
Wow, it's all connecting. I hate the Clo cards. Please, no more Clo cards. But yeah, I do want to talk about probably one of my favorite episodes, which is the moment when Zenigata captures Lupin. And then Lupin kind of just like, I believe it was early on. It was like, I want to say it was like I think it was episode 4. He manages to shoot Lupin, and then Lupin like falls down. And then it's just like the entire episode. I think it's like over a course of a year. And it's just Lupin.
Oh yeah, him in the jail cell.
Yeah, in the jail cell, being insane. I thought, like,
it was so interesting.
It was interesting. I think it was probably the most evilest thing he's done. Like, he was trying to fake all this insanity, and then at the end of the day, he's like, "I'm just playing with this guy. I'm going to escape. Don't worry." And it was just like, it was
awesome.
Rough.
I thought it was so cool.
Yeah, me too.
And like,
what?
I like it.
No, there was a scene where Lupin the Third makes out with an officer, and it was cut.
No. Fun fact. Dang, I didn't know that. But that prison episode reminds me of like there's a episode, I believe it's part 5, with a similar kind of feel to it, which is why I really appreciated coming back and watching this, because I'm like, okay, so they've done this before, and I like how they both portray both. I don't know if it might have been an homage to it, but it was like, I was like,
Break
okay.
is gonna come up, and
yeah, but like insanity and like kind of like almost getting close to death. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah.
Like it was great. Like
he was really trying to fuck with him, and I
Mhm.
appreciate that.
Yeah,
I respect it.
we respect it. Even the one with the supercomputer kind of had the same feel to it, where they just knew Lupin's every move.
With the FBI guy. Yeah.
With the Lupin is going to kidnap me. So
And it's going to be okay.
and it's Zenigata, you must follow the rules. You gotta follow the rules, Zenigata.
It's especially funny. It's a little topical right now too, where they're like, "No, just trust the computer. The computer knows."
The AI is real.
Do not trust the computer.
The funniest thing is, there are so many things in part 1 that I could tie back to other parts in the series, and I'm just like, I wonder if they like pull that inspiration from here, or it's like they kind of just pulled it from like the time that they were making the anime. Because even the supercomputer one, they had something similar to it, but more similar to what we're going through now with the AI stuff. So it's just like, I don't know, man. Lupin is something else right now for me.
Maybe it was due for an update. Maybe they're like, okay, well, that was a good idea. It's applicable right now. We just and make it a little more modern.
Yeah.
So let's
that
shake
one
it up
is-
a bit. That's cool.
believe that one is mostly the entirety of part 5, where there's a lot of technological things going on, like more like current tech stuff, which is really fun. Part 5 is excellent. But yeah, I, heist after heist, you either get a very unpleasant Lupin, or you get a very goofy kind of haha Lupin, which I prefer the funny haha Lupins, especially the one in the last episode where they decide to steal all the gold from I believe it was like a bank that I think something busted in the bank, and the gold kind of was like.
No, they found the gold in underground, and then they
brought it
to
to
the
a
bank,
right? Yeah.
And then they Goemon literally cut a hole in the bottom of the steel with the sword.
It was very
And they
funny.
climbed in.
He gets
It's very
bonked on the
good.
head.
He does get bunked on the head, and I'm like, the silly transformation is complete.
It's very excellent. That one felt the most current Lupin. Like that was like they were just like, we got the Lupin formula, and they're like, I'm sorry to tell you this, you're canceled.
Yeah, they really did kind of kill it. But I wonder if the pivot hurt ratings. And
I don't know.
I feel
were like, what? What
I
is
think
this supposed to be? I already said
think-
kids can't watch this.
Well, that's what I think is. I think it was initially when the episodes were airing, I feel like the damage had already been done, you know?
Yeah.
And you can't really, it's hard to really course correct on a show that like through the first 6 episodes or so doesn't really reach a target audience really, because there wasn't a lot of adults watching animation at the time.
Yeah.
And nearly all of the animation was pointed towards kids. And so, that's why they were like, you got to make it for kids. But when, this comes out, which it was cool. I thought it was cool. That was gritty, but like damage is done. Kids can't watch it.
It sucks.
Can't sell merch.
I mean, it worked out in the end, so.
It worked out at the end, yeah. I do also want to bring attention to 2 specific episodes. The episode with Pycal, which I believe was the man they called a magician. I believe it was episode 2 or 3. Pycal is also from the manga. He also has I believe it's either an OVA or a movie where he returns, and it's like a back and forth. I've not watched it, but I was wondering why specifically they would bring him back, and I can see why. I think Pycal was pretty fun as a character, at least in part 1. So I'm excited to go ahead and dive into that one.
I was expecting him and the Mr. X guy. I was expecting them to really be the villains of this, but then we got Zenigata, which is better in the end.
Yeah,
I think.
but I also really appreciated that there weren't really big bads. It's
a nice change of pace.
Well, because I just feel like, also once again, restrictions of the time. You can't have a long-running serialized show. Because that's not how it worked. You would need to have it literally rerun, and you can't send it to rerun if it needs to be watched in a certain order, and as such, you get Monster of the Week.
Right. Yeah. Right. The other character I do want to bring attention to is, it was, I believe, the episode with the time machine. That was, let me see, that was episode 13, Beware of the Time Machine. That introduces another character from the manga called Mamo. Now, Mamo, Kyosuke Mamo, he has his own separate movie called The Mystery of Mamo that was only recently dubbed as well by the current English dub cast. And seeing this iteration of Mamo, kind of like a kind of goofy, just regular looking kind of guy, compared to his updated, very tiny gray white hair design, I was taken aback. I was like, oh, what is going on? But just keep that in mind. Mamo is somebody that he's a recurring character for a lot of the movies and some of the alternate universes.
He do be teleporting.
Yeah, because if you guys remember, he came from the future. He's like, your ancestor beat my ancestor, or something like that, or your descendant, rather. And so
my 13th was murdered by your 13th.
It's like 13th. I'm only the 3rd. That's my first.
I haven't even gotten to make it a 4th yet. Which was very funny. Which was a great gag by the dub.
Absolutely. Oh man, that episode was so good too. When they dupe him, they're like, and they make him think they're in the old Japan.
Yeah, and then they just beat up
It's
his time machine with
1830.
hammers. It's incredible.
So good. And they cut his clothes up. He's like, oh no.
Yeah.
So good. But yeah, no, he's seeing him more of a goofy character than his actual frightening and almost all-powerful persona in the movie. It was such a shock to me. I definitely recommend if we don't eventually watch it, that like watch it on your own, like after you watch a couple Lupin parts, because Mystery of Mamo, that's a trippy movie. Like I was just
it was the first Lupin movie released, so
it's
pretty interesting.
It's crazy. Like I can't believe. Like it's just weird. I was just so taken aback when he was just a goofy guy.
Was it? Wait, was I'm losing myself.
He's losing
Don't
himself.
listen to me.
He's
fine.
losing his mind.
I think I lied to everyone involved.
You again?
No. I just didn't know the title. Yeah, it's called Lupin versus the Clone.
Oh, Lupin versus the Clone.
Or the Mystery of Mamo.
The Clo
Mystery of
card.
Mamo.
Which is the official English name, but on the wiki it said Lupin versus the Clone, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck this means.
Well, at the beginning, there's a second Lupin running around, but that's the
true.
main kind of driving action.
I'm gonna drive your action.
Wow! There it goes. Goodbye. Took it. I'm gonna call Zenigata.
Okay.
Oh, you didn't pick up. He sent me the voicemail. Oh, that's crazy.
The voicemail says, "Is this about Lupin? Press 1.
If it's
Otherwise,
not,
hang up."
But yeah, that final episode was really funny. I like that. How tense it was at the end, where Zenigata kind of was thinking a step ahead of Lupin. He's like, "Oh, I know they're gonna get the gold, so let's put trackers in the gold." And then Lupin kind of just out Lupins him and just sends it all in the dumpsters. And then they blow themselves up and act like they don't know nobody. It was funny to me.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good. I thought that was a good final episode. Again,
Another
another
Zenigata was even like, "This is my final battle. If I don't catch him this time, I'll quit."
I'll retire. Oh man, if only he could retire.
He needs it. He deserves it.
He deserves
truly.
a break. He deserves a break. But yeah, a bit of a weird type of plot synopsis, but again, with episodic kind of things that don't really have a connection other than the characters knowing each other. It's mostly just key events that kind of stay in my mind, like things that I actually enjoyed and whatnot. But yeah, that's my plot synopsis for you.
Oh my goodness! Look at him go.
Look at me go.
It only
Characters.
took us 2.5 hours.
That's crazy that you're counting the first hour. I can't wait. I can't wait till the after show.
It's definitely not gonna be under an hour like you were.
Oh no, it's gonna be
claiming.
like an hour.
Which was
I'm gonna
a-
say hour
which was-
25.
It's gonna be. I'm taking the over.
Taking the over.
Yeah, I think we're already over that by.
That's crazy.
I
That's
can't
great.
wait to go to the edited episode, and this will be at like 1:40, and you'll be like, "Ah, shit!"
Hey, that's still less than 2 hours. That's like 30%. That's like 30%.
Hey, if
of
you
2
keep
hours.
if you keep talking like that, it's gotta be 2 hours.
Anyways, let's talk about the characters. There's only like 5 to talk about.
It's true.
Lupin.
There are not many characters.
Lupin.
He's a nice man.
He's a nice man.
He
This
gets
Lupin,
angry.
I like this Lupin. He's not my favorite Lupin, but he's a nice guy.
I mean,
He's a groovy guy.
I like my I like him. I think he's fun. I don't think he's a character that is 100% redeemable, but that's
Mhm.
okay. You don't need your characters to be hundo
Mhm.
redeemable. But also he's so endearing, especially in the second half when
He's
he's
smug.
like smug and laughing and having a good time. Like when when not Zenigata, when Jigen was like, "So are you gonna take the bait?" And Lupin's like, "Well, I have to. Like, of course I'm going to." And I'm like, "God, Lupin, you're such a little goober. I love you."
Mhm. I like the small little moments. There was a moment where they were in town, and like there was like an infestation of Lupins. I don't know if you remember that, where he was
yeah.
and like when that was all happening, he takes the bust of his grandfather. He's like, "Let's go home, Grandpa." And I was just like, "That's so sweet." Like I don't know why he just hit me as sweet, but I was like, "This is the Lupin I want to see."
Wholesome Lupin.
Lupin loves his family.
Also, the whatchamacallit, the episode with him saving the girl from the uncle.
Oh,
And
the
they're
one
on
with the funny
train.
English title, the one with the tomboy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, this man is like kind and respected, and albeit it was partially because his father was with her father
And her uncle.
in the business. So,
Yeah.
but
There's
I don't know,
honor in
man.
thieves. There's honor among
There's
thieves.
honor in thieves. It's true.
I think
I love
I think in future Lupin iterations, you'll see more of that Lupin, which is lovely to see. I love that Lupin. That's the kind of cool guy I want my thieves to be.
He's a groovy guy.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, lore from Monkey Punch.
Monkey Punch.
That he initially gave Lupin the red jacket because he believed it was a flashy, sexy color.
Nice. He's
Sexy.
right.
Adventure.
But there was a pink one.
We love the pink one.
I love you, Daddy.
Let's talk about Daisuke Jigen.
What's that?
You got it.
Talk about
That's
Very
Jigen.
good.
I've said this once before, and even in the chat, this is the most animated Jigen I've ever seen. In all the other parts, he's a straight man. He's just like he's witty at times, but he's just serious. This one, he was so all over the place. I loved it. It was great.
I love Jigen. I thought he was such a fun character. Like, yes, he was cool and he could, shoot out a target with all of his bullets in a perfect circle. But like, also he's a little goobus sometimes.
Yeah.
And that's
Remember when he was
great.
crying for Lupin?
Yeah, dude.
I would too.
He was emotional a few times.
Bro,
great.
okay, so
Maybe
guys,
just twice.
imagine this. So, Lupin is Jigen's partner. So, guys, what if, for example,
They're gay.
me? Okay, they are gay. It's true.
They've seen the Twitter. They
but
know
what
about
if-
the Twitter community.
But what if we were looking at what if we were all together and then I just vanished one day because I'm like, they killed me in the past, and then I said they're gonna kill my parents in the past, and then
And
I
you went,
vanished.
"Zoop."
Wouldn't you? Yeah, wouldn't you cry?
I would cry.
We wouldn't know because you would be gone.
No, because he
but
made a
no,
noise.
you
He made
would.
he made an audible noise. Oh, shoo.
He did. It's true.
You'd hear the sound effect.
Yeah.
Come on.
And then you'd
Me
be
He
right
would
behind
be
the
gone
fish.
from the timeline, so I would
No,
immediately
he'd be behind the fish.
not
He was
know your
lying. He's
existence.
behind the fish tank.
Oh yeah, that's right.
No, but everyone remembered when the freaking horse disappeared. Everyone's like, "What the fuck is this?
That
Ain't
wouldn't
on
This
the
horse
horses
race
here.
is fucked up."
That's not how that would really work. But
No, but
Time
what do
travel.
you mean? That's not how it really
Time
works. Time travel
travel.
doesn't exist. You don't need to tell. It's within the fabric of the world. I don't need you to tell me. We're using the same type
same
of time
Lupin
travel.
logic. Okay.
Yeah, the Lupin logic.
The
You would cry.
Lupin logic.
I
It
like
don't
that
make
logic.
no sense.
Sometimes.
But yeah,
Yeah, I'd miss you. I'd cry.
yeah. See, it's
Of
fine.
Scream. I would
I
go
love-
to the point of where you became a singularity.
But yes,
I would cry, I would weep.
I really like Jigen. I think he's a funny little guy. I like how his eyes are covered most of the time.
Mm-hmm. This is the most you've seen his eyes open too. Whenever he does emote, it's great. Other parts you kind of rarely see his eye, or his bangs cover his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. All right, let's talk about Fujiko Mine.
She's a groovy gal.
She's a groovy gal. She likes money. She likes
She's a
Lupin
nice
sometimes.
Sometimes
Only
likes it when she can get her way.
Yeah, when it's
Absolutely.
advantageous to her.
Yeah. She tricked
Or
Goemon.
whenever he thinks that he's going to disappear and decides he's going to marry her.
Yeah, she's not ready
Yeah.
for that type of commitment. Man, she tricked Goemon. She's like, I'm your GF, and he's
I'm your
like, you're my
dad.
GF, and she lied. She lied.
She's
True,
like,
she did.
Lupin, I will not have you take my big titty girlfriend.
Who also happened to have stolen my. Where are you taking my wallet, Fujiko? What's going on? Yeah, there's not much really to say about Fujiko this time around. Later, there
Yeah.
will be.
She didn't really get enough development, but like I mentioned before, I think Lupin sees that she's on his level.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, because like, there's no reason that like he would continue to keep her around, like, and be like, okay, because like they are on the same level and like they work well together despite it all.
And it's very funny.
It's very funny.
I wish they would have given her more like anything other than just lady.
Lady.
I look forward to
Future.
better renditions of the character.
You will see. Don't worry. Let's talk about Goemon Ishikawa. I like him. He's just he's an innocent samurai who knows how to kill.
He likes to slice, you know.
He likes
Slay.
While you were stealing gold, I learned the blade.
I kind of love how like he's an infrequent member of all the heists.
Yeah,
because
it's great.
Like during the episode with the watches and the mint, he was just like, "I'm leaving," and he just like
done
doesn't.
today.
And then his only other like attribute to this whole fucking thing is that he literally just is like, "I'll cut off your arms. It'll be fine then."
He's very direct. That was hilarious.
And I'm like real for that, dude.
Goemon had. It's tough for Goemon. He's making friends. These are his first pair of friends he's had.
It's true. I do like that he was a very early. I don't even know if it would have been a trope yet in like movies and animation where the villain becomes a good guy. Like
yeah.
I mean, yeah, I feel like that has just been in the history of the world
Yeah,
in literature. It's true.
It's a good arc. It's fun.
Enemies to lovers.
Yeah, it's true.
And then we'll talk about the one, the only Zenigata. Inspector
What a
Zenigata
guy.
can't catch a break.
I love him.
We love him. I think the best
I
moment
love
was him in the boat when they were with the episode of the Emerald, and he was just trying to do his job so well. But Fujiko and even the head mistress
lady
of the
was
boat,
like, no.
they're just like, let's just dance, just chill out. dog.
But then he got to dance and he had such a nice time.
He did have such a nice time. He was so happy.
And the animation was so nice, and he was spinning and having a great time.
I love when he had a good old cuppa.
Yeah, Liquid
Yes,
Shield's
dude.
active.
No, it's not a ligma. It's a cup of tea.
Oh no, you got me.
Yeah, did you not know a couple?
That's a British thing. Anyway,
Yeah, it's
so
Kappa.
that scene fucking sent me.
It's so silly. It's so silly. I love it.
He's so dedicated to his craft. I think that's what
It's so endearing. Somebody who just keeps losing time and time again, but still wants to do his job right. You don't see a lot of those out there nowadays
Yeah.
in anime.
But
They're
also,
all edgy.
isn't he?
Was it?
No, okay, never mind.
No,
No,
you're
I'm
gonna
sorry.
lie to us a fourth time?
Well, because Zenigata's an inspector. I guess he is technically a cop.
Yes.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
He's an investigator.
Well, because like there's like detectives who aren't like technically cops, but like he's an investigator and he works directly with the program. So, and he retired like at the guy. So I assume
I will say
he's a
he gets
cop,
many
which
more.
is a shame. Which is a damn shame that he's a cop.
Don't worry, he gets different jobs. He'll get
No,
different
which is
titles in
good.
the future.
He'll my favorite title of his is Gay Lover.
Daddy. What?
Baddie.
Baddie.
Sure, let's say
Damn.
baddie. Yeah.
Zenigata's a baddie, bro.
I bet you he's got a dumpy underneath that trench coat.
Oh, he definitely do, bro.
It's against
Bro,
the law
he-
to have that
Bro,
dumpy.
he's clapping around as he walks. Come on. It's kind of fucked up,
Commissioner,
though.
I
That
can't
is-
catch Lupin. The clap of my ass cheeks are all loving cheeking.
It's fucked up that the
I keep hearing
that
some
the,
asses clapping.
That's just the wind, Jigen. I'm leaving now.
well, that's Zenigata. No
Weird
doubt
that the
about
wind
it.
would talk to me like that.
I know those claps anywhere. That's Zenigata for you.
Lupin
It's-
would know.
Yeah.
Did somebody
no.
say cakes? Because I'm sure hungry.
So stupid.
Fujiko
so
stands in the corner.
But yeah, I love Zenigata. Zenigata's incredible. I love him as a character. He's so silly.
But those are all the characters. That's it. That's all we care about. The only other bit of information, because I know there's no other segment coming in that I want to. There's obviously no other segment.
Oh shit.
There's no. I'm pretty sure that I'm pretty sure I got a memo saying that segment might have been stolen. I don't know who's gonna be bringing it though.
Well, if it's stolen, like, how are we supposed to find it? You know?
I don't know. Maybe they're returning it to the rightful owner because they had a change of heart and directors.
I don't think that's true.
Direct.
Yeah, guys, I hate to break it to you, but we just got new directors for the Fucky Anime podcast, so I will have to read this. So
Okay, go ahead.
give me just one moment. It's
Sure.
He's unfurling it right now. He's got a.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. This says, welcome to the 108th edition of Who's the Best Girl, the part of the podcast where each contestant puts forward their choice for Best Girl of the episode, took it out for title of Best Girl. Today our contestants, once again, Pino, Garb, myself, and the Patreon, which you can join for $5 to have a voice in this.
Or even
who are you each advocating for?
I'll let you guys pick first.
I picked Goemon.
Let's go.
I feel like this would be toxic if I pick the character I'm thinking of.
I'm gonna be shocked if you don't pick Zenigata.
I'm picking Zenigata.
Okay, good. You know what? I'm gonna pick Jigen.
Okay, that's what I assumed. I can't pick Lupin this time. I
know,
will pick him in the future. I can't do it now.
And I can't pick Fujiko because I don't like Fujiko in this one either.
Yeah. So don't worry. Whenever the characters get fully fleshed out in their current,
the best girl meta will develop.
It's
here.
true. The meta will update. The tier lists will definitely shift.
The part 2.0 patch. Yeah.
Yeah, the 2.0 patch is gonna go crazy. A Lupin reborn.
Patrons were also on the. You split between Jigen and Zenigata, so we'll just go extra hard when we talk about our picks. But Garb,
it's true.
Tell us about Goemon. Tell us why you like Goemon.
He's a funny guy. He's a villain turned good guy, and I'm a sucker for that. Mm-hmm. And he doesn't take shit, but he's still a little goofy.
Yeah, I like that he starts opening up like after he's like all serious and like wanting to kill Lupin. Especially again that laugh at the end that they shared once he sliced the car. That was just icing on the cake.
They're really together. They're really a team there. And I didn't get sick of him because he only was there for a little bit, and then it's like, oh hey, Goemon's back.
Yeah, literally.
All right, later, man.
Literally, Goemon shows up for like 2 episodes, and I'm like, yo! And then he's gone.
I can't wait till you guys watch every other part because that's his shtick.
That's awesome.
He will be there, and then he will not be there.
That's great.
I
He's
appreciate
got fucking samurai shit to do or whatever.
Dude. It's true. He do got like a sword that he like needs to like properly cast. And...
Dude, you'll see how wholesome Goemon is. Like I love that character so much. There's so many wholesome, adorable Goemon moments that I just can't wait for you guys to see.
That's awesome. And he's just a good dude, you know?
He's a nice man.
He's a nice man. Even whenever he was the bad guy of the episode, he
was still morally kind of correct. Like,
yeah, I mean, there was the guy that was better than him. He wanted to be the best.
Yeah.
Lupin's the best. And then he realized, oh shit, we got to team up here because it turns out my master's an asshole. So
we don't like assholes.
And that's pretty cool. And
yeah.
I like that he was willing to accept that. And he's like, you know what? If I can't beat him, join him.
Yeah. Agreed. I like his hair.
Yeah. No, he's great. I really like him as a character.
I like his blade.
Is the Zantetsuken. I don't know if it's the Zantetsuken right now, but that's typically with the sword he wields.
He said that it was the one that was forged from 3 other swords.
Ah, the 3 sword style.
Together. Yeah, but they were melted together. It is 3 sword style, but it's just one powerful blade.
That's true.
That's crazy.
Crazy math.
But yeah, I like Goemon. Also, I just like saying Goemon.
Goemon's a great name.
I like saying Ishikawa. His last name.
Ishikawa's. You gotta call him the 13th.
The 13th. Like Final. You know what? It's like my favorite Final Fantasy. 13.
My favorite name has got to be Orochimaru. Anyway, that's my best
good.
girl.
Pretty good. Chuck, do you want to go or you want me to go?
I mean, I can go since it's your episode. I'll go before you.
Go ahead.
Guys, Zenigata is based and red-pilled. I freaking love him. He's such a goofy guy sometimes, but also he's a kind of okay cop. Well, I think this is what I like about Zenigata. I do got to dance around the fact that he is a cop, and that's rough. But A, he's well liked by his peers.
Yeah, he's a good apple.
B, apparently he is a good detective. Apparently, like, he's like their top guy. But also, he's just a little goobus when it comes to Lupin. And I love it. I love when he's just like, okay, the jig is up. Go capture Lupin. And then they just go. And it's fantastic. I just think he's so goofy. He's the funniest character in the series, for
he's
sure.
the funniest character we ever had.
He is. And also, like, without Zenigata, what would Lupin be? Truly.
True. That's absolutely true.
Like,
A mouse with no cat? We can't have that.
you can't do that. No, it's true.
He has made me laugh the most in all of these series combined, including this one, which I was very shocked. I was expecting to see a more serious Zenigata, kind of like
he was goofy as hell.
Yeah, the only time he's been serious is the alternate origin stories for everybody in the Koki universe.
Yeah,
where he's a menace. I hated that Zenigata.
Isn't he like corrupt or something?
He's corrupt. He bangs Fujiko in that version. It's
what
wild.
the fuck?
It's
okay.
wild.
Because it's the woman called Fujiko Mine, which was the 2012 spin-off, which was in a different like timeline kind of, I guess, universe.
And they went dark. That's darker than this.
Yeah, from what I've heard, it's
fucked
crazy
up.
dark.
It's
which
good,
is
though.
awesome.
It's really fun.
I love
really
that.
fun.
I love, once again, I love taking pre-existing properties and shaking them up in like a weird way, but not a permanent way.
They do Lupin better than Part 1. They do a grittier, more serious Lupin better than Part 1. I will say that.
Well, I'm interested to check it out again.
Absolutely. I'm down to watch it with you guys because those movies and show is great.
Yeah, I want to watch all the freaking like TV specials from Toxic. There's like 100,000 of them.
It's great.
Oh,
I can't believe there's this whole ass franchise that I just didn't know about.
Yeah, dude.
Well,
because that's the thing. This is Lupin the Third is like one of those shows
like Scooby-Doo
that is so influential in its host country and yet has like no outside presence.
I mean, it's mega popular in Italy.
It is. Well, because it is also based off of Arsène Lupin, which was a French writer, right?
I think it was also pretty popular in France, but they had some issues with using the Lupin name. So I believe they called him Wolf in some areas, and some of them straight up just called him Rupin.
Yeah, but it's really big in Italy, but also it's because he's a gentleman thief. Come on, we love it.
Gentleman thief.
But yes, watch it.
Watch it.
Anyway, go Pino.
Jigen, Daisuke Jigen. Normally, I would never pick Jigen, despite Jigen being one of the coolest characters I know. This Jigen, as I mentioned many times during the podcast, he's the most goofiest Jigen I've ever seen. Like this man emotes, this man cries, he smiles, he laughs. He gets pummeled to a pulp by that one tomboy in that episode.
It was awesome.
It was just, I never seen this man smile so much. And I was just like, I'm down for this. This is awesome. Plus, who doesn't like a cool gunman with a cool hat? If given the opportunity, and there probably would be, I'd grow my beard out just like that, just to cosplay him, maybe once. That's about it. But Jigen,
let's all just cosplay as
our respective Lupin characters.
Yeah, well, I'd have to be Lupin.
I'd let you be Jigen because I kind of want to dress up as Goemon.
But because I feel like who everyone would be is that I'd be Lupin, Jigen would be Garb, and Goemon would be Pino.
Yeah, I would love to be
the vibes that I get off of everyone, but
I can't grow the beard, but I can make the face.
Yeah, that's
fine. We will rotate every if we go to conventions. We'll
we'll all just swap outfits.
We'll have an extra tall Goemon and a super short Lupin.
Good.
We'll have a curly haired Goemon and and an extra tall Jigen too. It's great. I love it.
Yeah.
This is gonna be great. But yeah, all of these are very cosplayable. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna be Pops. Those sideburns, it's just the Space Dandy
dude.
sideburns.
But then what I need to be doing is I need to be running away from you the entire con.
That
Yeah.
would be hilarious.
You would just be
though.
like Lupin. And
Where's
just
Lupin?
run.
You're just hiding behind a flag post, like a light post.
yeah. You walk up to random people and you're like, "Hey, have you seen Lupin?
Have you seen this
You
man?
seen him around here?" Yeah, and hold up a picture of him.
He's a really nice.
He's a really nice guy. He gets angry sometimes.
He gets angry. He's like, oh, that guy.
That'd be a great bit.
That guy.
That'd be,
Lupin!
guys. It sucks because I would want to. I would want to be Senigata doing the bit. But
Well,
I
again,
think
we'll
that would
just
be so much-
rotate. We'll just buy
It's
all
true.
his
Yeah.
outfits.
True.
Oh, we just
Traveling
made
troupe of Lupin
Of Lupin
cosplayers.
cosplayers. What a
Traveling
what a
Troupons.
great- True. Okay, we've decided,
We've decided. Well,
guys. Our next Patreon goal.
Troupon.
Our 100 patrons goal is that we'll each get individual outfits for each Lupin character, and then we'll go to cons dressed as
Oh,
Lupin.
but the thing is, whenever we dress as Lupin, we have to have different. We'll be the different coats.
Oh yeah, of course. Come on.
Who wants pink?
on.
Because I kind of.
Me.
Oh, who want? You
I want
did call it
pink.
first. He'll take pink. I'll take. What do you want? What other
I
than
would-
pink? What do you want?
I would take pink or red. I could
What
settle
about
with
you?
red.
What about you?
The
Chuck?
reds. I really like the green though. I'm a sucker
Yeah.
for green.
I'll take the blue. Blue is part
Yeah.
4.
Wait, but we have our wait. I
Yeah.
would need blue. Garb, you would need pink.
Yeah, and I would
Pino,
need
you
green.
need green.
Yeah.
Yeah, what
We
the hell
just-
are we talking about? What the hell are we talking about?
We
That's
could
just
all
the
buy a
colors.
pink one though, just in case.
Oh yeah, for
Just
special
on
occasions.
backup.
Yeah.
Wait, I have a blue suit already. It's not that light blue though. So I need
I can't wait to get a trench coat like Zenigata.
True.
I want the hat.
The hat. Yeah.
The hat
I
and the
have
shoes.
The hat and
Guys.
shoes. Yeah.
Guys, if you think that
Feels look.
that we are good and you like us, you should email us
Yeah.
at funkyAnimePodcast.com.
We got an email?
I'm checking. I'm checking.
We covered the patron picks, except
That's
the score got a vote. The score for the soundtrack.
Okay. Okay. So we got a couple emails.
Yo,
Wow.
Okay. So first, thought exercise spelled THOT from Alex. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Alex.
Didn't we do that?
No.
Okay.
This one, he sent out an email asking, have y'all ever considered how different the world would be if the internet was never created? Well, I wouldn't know anyone here. I don't know what I do.
That kind of just I don't know. Does that include video games or just like
I mean,
Well,
video
I
games existed before the
Video
internet.
games are
They
different.
can exist locally too. There would
I'd
be
be
no
playing single
online
player
games
Yeah,
except
I'd be
co-op
playing single
or,
player,
like,
yeah.
Yeah,
I'd just be
or
pl-
couch co-op.
How would but truly, I don't know what kind of person I would be because my life has been shaped around the
Yeah.
internet so much that I would be a completely different being.
Yeah.
And nobody wants that.
Maybe 50% of all of our Spotify or like all of our music playlists would be gone because we listen to a lot of video game
It'd be-
music.
Yeah, it'd be hard to find those things regardless. Like find
Yeah.
new music. Like I don't know, you just may never find out about like K-pop, which
Yeah.
that's huge
Yeah.
everywhere. But
That's
Yeah.
true.
if we didn't have those kind of platforms, I don't.
I'd probably be
never
watching a
noticed
lot
that.
more TV. Like I'd be very.
I
into
would be watching
TV.
a lot more TV.
I would
I'd be
probably
watching
listen
a
to a lot
lot
more
more
albums.
Jumami. Oh, it's true.
I'd probably get into radio.
True.
Yeah, honestly.
I think all of us would just get into radio at some point.
I just
And then we
I
would
would
find
just,
each other anyway, despite
It's true.
all odds.
despite your direction.
Oh, super internet Chalmers. I don't know what that is.
Okay, but
That's
yeah,
a very deep question for an anime podcast.
it's
Yeah.
a lot. Guys, don't worry. It's next one. This one is from Sadie. Long time no listen. Thank you, Sadie.
Sadie.
Oh yeah.
What is up, my three Weebros, Chuck, Garb, and Pino? It has been a while, 2 years almost, since I've emailed.
That's crazy.
How are y'all doing? I hope you girly pops are girl bossing and girl slaying.
We are.
Sadie.
Slay.
Also with a $3, so you know what.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love that. We love
In
the
response,
what's up.
:3C.
$3.
XD.
XD. Rafflecopter.
Yeah.
But we're doing good. You know,
Excellent.
we're doing our best. We're getting back in the swing of recording.
Yeah.
And
We
it feels
miss you.
really nice to be back. It feels really nice to be back. Yeah, and thank you for emailing. I know that it's been a while. And guys, man, this is a deep cut.
Oh,
Oh, no.
no.
Guys, do you ever remember something that we used to do long ago? Long before we were watching Lupin, long before we were doing any of this crap. Because we are back with another segment of Fuck You, Pino.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's
Welcome back.
crazy.
You're from Sadie. Thank you, Sadie.
Sadie, thank you.
This is, if you don't remember, the segment, the part of the show where you send to me, Chuck, an email with an image of an anime character, hopefully one that we've seen, or if it's general enough, I'll pick it anyway. And
Oh my god.
I need to describe this character to Pino as in single increments, and he has to guess every time. Garb can guess at any time.
I want to let you guys know.
Pino,
Never got any of them wrong. First try
It's
every
true.
time.
He's undefeated. He's an undefeated
Perfect.
champion. Perfect, guys. Let's get to this character.
All right.
This
first
character
try.
has blonde hair.
It's what's his name? It's Thorfinn from Vinland Saga.
No.
That's crazy. You
This
changed it up on me, Sadie. That's crazy.
This character, is part of a movie.
Oh, part of a movie. Oh
Yeah.
my god. Oh my god, part of a movie. Blonde-haired movie?
Have they only been in a movie?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, okay. What's that guy? That's crazy. He can ask questions and I can't.
It's true. That's the rules. How the games are, though. You just gotta guess.
I don't know. Let's just throw. I'm throwing for content. Let's just say it's Yami Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh.
It is not Yami-Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh.
Throwing content. Just throwing for
This
content.
this character is magical.
Magical, movie only, and blonde.
Yeah.
Magical, movie only, and blonde. If only Garb could ask how recent this movie was.
Is it a boy or a girl?
It is a boy.
Oh, magical boy blonde. Oh, wow. It was like
It's Naruto.
It's Edward Elric from
It
Full Metal.
It's Boruto.
that is. Remember, this is a movie exclusive character.
And don't remember. I mean, remember. I'm throwing.
And
for
you're wrong,
content.
Pino.
I'm throwing
And
for content.
Pino, you're wrong.
I
This
didn't
movie,
hear that.
you're wrong. This movie is a Ghibli film.
Ghibli film. A blonde magical boy Ghibli film. Oh. I don't know any blonde boys.
Blonde boys doing what blonde boys do?
Yeah, aren't you blonde technically?
I am technically blonde.
Yeah, is it Chuck?
No, it's not Chuck.
That's crazy.
Chuck, it's not
Okay,
movie exclusive.
I'm not movie exclusive.
He's
I'm podcast
exclusive to me.
It's true. Pino, we are in an exclusive relationship. That is true. No one else can step in this relationship. Okay. This movie has the character's name in the title.
It's probably Howl, dude.
There you go.
Yeah.
Undefeated champion.
That's crazy. You know why that's crazy?
Why is
Because
that
I was
crazy?
just howling at the moon a moment ago because there's
Ow.
a nice there's a nice moon outside. And guess what? I was just throwing for content. That was already in the back of my mind.
Undefeated.
There
He
was-
had it already.
There's no way. Garb, thanks for playing.
Hell yeah.
Also, I never read this on an episode, but thank you. There's an email from Garb that tells me to not read it on an episode, Chuck. This is just so there's a copy of the invoice.
No.
In which Garb sent me the invoice for Mario Party Superstars. Just wanted to let everyone know. But if you wanted to get into
Send us an
contact with us,
invoice.
you can send us an invoice at funkyanimePodcast@gmail.com.
for it.
Or
look at
we'll look at it for sure.
Let's look at
Or-
the invoice to your Patreon.
Yeah, it's true. Or for the contact at funkyanimePodcast.com. If you have any suggestions, go to Medica at funkyanimePodcast.com. That's our suggestion box.
That's crazy.
And if you're
His name's Owl.
confused, you can just go to funkyanimePodcast.com, and most of the
True.
stuff is aggregated there in some form.
Yeah,
It's
they'll
right there.
figure it out. It's right there.
His name is Howl. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's his moving castle. What do you mean?
I
His
thought,
name
the, I
is
thought the
Howl.
castle was moving. Like
I
howling.
thought the
That's
castle
what it
was howling.
as it
No,
moved.
no, you stupid
I'm
idiot.
howling at the castle that is moving. That's
Pino, Pino, we need to get to ratings and miscellaneous.
all right. I just wanted to make it 2
Not in
hours.
that order.
I
We
didn't have-
definitely hit 2 hours. I hate to break it to you, Pino.
I
We've
don't-
definitely hit 2
I
hours.
don't got no ratings. I mean, I don't got no miscellaneous. That's what it is.
I have miscellaneous.
Go ahead.
Yes, please do.
I mentioned the Castlevania animator and director. The guy is Samuel Dietz.
Nice.
Oh,
Was,
well,
was the
fuck.
person I'm thinking of. So
Now I
if-
feel
if-
now I feel awful for not looking up this man.
well, don't worry. That's why I looked him up. But so
No, I'm
if
thinking of a
that
different
loose
man.
thread was bothering you, we're concluded. So that's truly miscellaneous. That's not even miscellaneous to Lupin. That's just miscellaneous.
You guys just want me to hit 2 hours. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Well, no,
I'm
well,
stretching.
I hate
Pino-
you throwing.
Pino, I'd like to tell you that prior to this recording, you had told me that this episode was short, and so I
Yeah,
told
I
Joan
meant
that
short
this
and
would be a
height. Like I'm the short host. That's what I meant.
and I told my partner Joan that we are all very good friends with, and that it would be a short episode. And Joan
no.
just sent me a message that just says, "It'll be short," he says.
Yes,
That's
yes.
ain't no way, dude.
I said in the chat X to doubt.
Yeah, there's no
It's
shot.
okay.
Tell them
All
I'm-
of our episodes have been 2 hours late.
Tell them I'm sorry.
Fine.
Tell them I'm sorry.
Okay.
I will make sure the next episode is 30 minutes.
It'll be. Short.
That's a lie. Don't lie. Don't lie to us like this.
I can't believe
But
it. It's 'cause I like
ratings.
talking to you guys. Okay,
I
I'm rating.
do like talking to you guys.
I'm rating this. I'm gonna keep it short. I'm rating this. It's a 3 out of 5. No, I'm just kidding. It's like a 3.4 out of 5.
3.4.
Yeah, it was fun, but compared to all my other Lupin knowledge, no contest. No contest.
That's not fair.
Yeah, I'm feeling the same sort of range. I would maybe give it a 3.5.
Fair
just to
enough.
be a little generous.
I give it a 3.8. I really enjoyed it personally. I
It was
really
fun.
had fun watching the last 7 episodes today, but
Yeah.
it was good. He's a nice man.
He's a nice man. Sometimes.
Sometimes he gets angry, but yeah,
Uh,
The
I-
pivot is pretty weird, but it's not horrible.
I feel
It's a
like
little
I feel-
weird.
the
but-
pivot helps though. I feel it kept me engaged longer than I
cadets,
probably would
cadets,
have.
cadets.
Oh shit! We're not
Cadets,
allowed
cadets.
to talk about the thing anymore.
You're
I
You're
don't
not
want
allowed
to
to talk about this thing. You know why? We just got an invoice.
Ah,
Oh shit!
son
We
of a
got an
bitch.
invoice.
An
Ah,
invoice.
shit.
Don't read
It's for
this
Garb.
one.
Garb, apparently you're supposed to tell us something about the next time we come together.
Ah, yes. So let me. I don't have.
I just saw you pop into the list.
Let's see. I've got this. I've got it somewhere. I swear.
He's
I swear
really
I got
throwing
it.
me
It's
under the
here.
bus.
It's right here. I forgot that we were also joking about stretching the episode. Next time we're watching Gunsmith Cats,
Meow.
Yippee.
another
Alright.
very old anime. I don't think any of us have watched it. Could
Never
be
heard
I
wrong.
haven't watched, but I know about Gunsmith
Yeah.
Cats. So
Yeah, so it'll be a fun time. It's short. It's an OVA.
Yeah.
I think it was 3 episodes.
Oh,
So-
wow.
Look forward to that. It'll be fun.
yeah,
All right.
it'll be yeah. It's 3 episodes. It's an OVA, and we'll watch it. Now get us the hell out of here.
Okay, so
I've-
I've got bad
We're
news.
graduating.
Yippee!
I've got bad news. I wasn't actually Lupin. I'm taking off my mask. I was actually
Oh.
Pino.
Oh,
I
who's Pino though?
should have known.
Damn, guys.
Where's my fucking socks?
Well, I didn't
Guys.
take your socks, but
Oh, yeah, that's right. It was Lupin. We saw him in the screenshot.
Inspector Zenigata did inform us that we suck as cops.
What?
Yeah.
He loves
That's
us.
fair, though.
He loves us. He sends us kisses, but
Okay.
we're
I'm good
we
with
have
that.
our
then.
socks.
no, he does not have our socks. We are sockless and we are
Damn it.
jobless.
What the hell? What the fuck?
So the Three Stooges on the side of the road. Well, that's me,
That's
Chuck, and
us.
Garb.
That's us. That's
Do,
fucked up.
do.
Wise guy.
Yeah, see? You're asking for one of these, see?
Give me my socks.
Come on.
We can't all be curly.
Yada.
What about me, Curly?
Curly, I'll suck you right in the nose.
Whoa. Whoa.
Suck him. What?
Suck him.
Guys, tell your mom you love her. This is a Pino
It's
episode.
It is a Pino episode. There's
We'll
never
see
been
you.
one quite like it.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. That was fun.